In the final days of World War II, the world began to uncover horrors that had been hidden for years: mass suffering, cruelty, and unimaginable injustice. Among the many people held responsible for these crimes was a young woman named Wanda Klaff. But why was she sentenced to death, and why was her execution made public? Today we uncover the history, the trial, and the reason behind one of the most shocking punishments after the war. Wanda Klaff was born in Germany in 1922. During World War II, she became a guard in Nazi concentration camps. She worked at Auschwitz, one of the most notorious camps in history. Later, she served at Bergen-Belsen. These camps were places where prisoners suffered extreme hardship, forced labor, and brutal treatment under the Nazi regime. Witnesses later testified that some guards abused their power, and Klaff was accused of being among them. In 1945, World War II ended in Europe. Allied forces liberated the concentration camps and arrested many staff members. The world demanded justice. Klaff and several other camp personnel were captured and brought to trial by the British military. The trial would later become known as part of the Bergen-Belsen trials, one of the earliest major war crimes trials after the war. During the trial, survivors gave powerful testimony about their experiences. Klaff was accused of participating in cruel treatment of prisoners, abusing authority as a camp guard, taking part in the system that caused suffering and death inside the camps. The court examined witness accounts and evidence from the camps. In the end, the judges ruled that she was guilty of war crimes. She was sentenced to death. But why was her execution carried out publicly? There were several reasons. First, accountability. After the war, the world wanted clear proof that those responsible for atrocities would face justice. Second, deterrence. Authorities believed public punishment would send a message that such crimes would never be tolerated again. Third, closure for victims. Many survivors and families of victims wanted to see justice done openly, not hidden behind closed doors. Public executions were seen at that time as a way to show that justice had truly been served. Klaff was not the only camp guard sentenced to death after the war. Several others were also convicted in the Bergen-Belsen trials, including Irma Grace, another widely known guard. These trials marked an important moment in history, when the world formally recognized crimes against humanity and began holding individuals personally responsible. Today, Wanda Klaff's story remains part of a larger lesson. Her case reminds us that war crimes are investigated and punished. Authority does not excuse cruelty. Justice systems can respond even after massive conflict. Most importantly, it reminds us why remembering history matters. Because when the world forgets, the risk of repeating the past grows. The story of Wanda Klaff is not just about punishment. It is about responsibility, justice, and the global promise that such suffering must never happen again. History cannot be changed, but it can be remembered and learned from.